schedule, and this is the yellow class schedule, but the green class schedule has the same exact thing. Can you see that over there? Perfect. All right, so we're going to be doing something today called a flight check. And what it is it's a reading assessment, and it'll help us see where you guys are currently on your reading, and then when we give you guys new books, it'll help us decide what would be a good fit book for you. So I'm going to go here to Raz-Kids and click, and we're still there. You can see it good. Perfect. So when you guys go in here, you're going to go to Kids Login. And for today, I'm going to be using this one down here that says Sample Student. But when you guys take your reading assessment, you're going to go to your name. So I'm going to click Sample Student, and we all have the same password. We have this rabbit, and then we click Go. So before you guys have your flight check assigned, you will only have your reading room where you can practice. But for today, we're going to be adding this button called Flight Check here. Now, this button will not be on here until about 1 o'clock today, because that's when I'm going to assign your reading assessment. I don't want kids taking it in between Zoom lectures, because you need to take your time on this and make sure you do your very best work. And when you click on it, it's going to ask you, did you give yourself enough time? If not, you need to come back later. So when you do this reading assessment, you need to make sure you give yourself enough time. Another big thing is that parents are to not help you with this test. So once you are ready and in front of your screen, parents are to not assist you on it. It's to show us what you know with your reading. So you're going to see a book here, and it says 300 stars for this flight check. So we're going to click on it.
It will take up to 15 minutes to complete all 3 steps of this assignment. If you do not have time to complete the assignment, stop now and come back to the computer later.
So did you guys hear that? It's telling you that if you don't have enough time, don't start your test yet. So maybe you want to start it tomorrow when you have more time, or maybe you want to start it later today. But if you don't have enough time, we need you to wait and use the time that it gives you, okay? So it's asking me, do you have enough time? And I'm going to say, yep, I have enough time. Make sure we're on mute, please. So up here, it might ask if your computer can turn the microphone on for this program, and you're just going to click Allow. So the recorder has stopped, and do you guys see up here where the bar's moving? It's because it can hear me reading. So I'm going to go through and read, and then when I'm done, I'm going to hit the Done button, and the Done button is just down at the bottom. He has 2. He has many things. And you're going to go through the whole story reading. Now, for this example, I just hit the pause button up here. For this example, the recording can hear me saying the directions, but when you guys are recording your voice, you don't want to be talking about anything except for the story. So you don't hit the record button until you're ready to start reading. And then when you're done, you go down and click the Done button right down here.
Retell in your own words what you just read. Tell as much as you can remember. Click Record to begin.
So, after you read the story that's on the screen, you're going to hit Record, and you're going to talk and tell exactly what the story was about. So you get to use your own words, tell everything that happened in the story, and then when you're done, you'll click Done. So this is just for an example, but I'm showing you that when you click this button, you can see this red line move. But right now, when it looks like that, that's when you should be talking about your story. And then you hit done again. So now we have some questions that you have to read, and the computer will read it to you. Watch this.
How many of each thing does he have?
So then you can hear the two choices.
2, 3.
So you click up here to hear the question. There are 5 questions that you do. So you can hear it.
How many of each thing does he have?
Then you choose your
2.
answer. Make sure it lights up like that, how it's orange. And then you click next.
Who is he? The man. The kitten.
So you make your choice and you click next. So I'm just doing this for an example, boys and girls. But when you are doing your test, you don't want to click through it. You want to take your time on this and do the very best work that you can.
Which shows 2.
So then we have a picture here and a picture here. And then you choose the one that you want.
Which of his things can he use to write his name? Flowers and kittens. Pencils and crayons.
So you make your choice. And then we have one more.
Listen to this sentence from the passage. He has many things. What does many mean? Only one. A lot.
So then you make a choice. And then it says that you're done and it gives you some stars. So then you can go down here to click done. You need to make sure you click done. So now that task is gone. Do you guys see how it's not over here anymore? So now you just have your reading room. So those are the steps that you need to take to complete this assessment for reading. So when we get these back, it's going to show us how your reading is. If you ever find yourself needing to restart, you need to have a parent get a hold of us, and then we can restart that quiz for you, okay? So make sure that when you do these, you are taking your time, you are doing your very best that you can, and you're just going to show us how much you can read and where that reading level is, so we can make sure to get a book that's the perfect fit for you, okay? When you're done, you go up to log out, just up here, and then you're back to this screen. And then you're all done.
We get 300 points, right?
You get the stars, yep, and then you can go use your stars. Yep, that's right.
Will it be to the actual person?
I don't know. You will have to look around on that and see how many stars you have to be able to work on your character, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Good question, Brackett. Okay. So this is my read aloud for today. When a monster is born. And we have an author of Sean Taylor and an illustrator, Nick. And I think that is an N. Snarat. When a monster is born. How does that look, Miss Sheehan? Good? Awesome. And look how cute that monster is. When a monster is born, there are 2 possibilities. Either it's a far away in the forest monster, or ... It's an under your bed monster. If it's a far away in the forest monster, that's that. But if it's an under your bed monster, there are two possibilities. Either it eats you, or ... you make friends. Look how nice that monster is. And you take it to school. But if it eats you, that's that. But if you take it to school, there are two possibilities. Either it sits quietly, does its homework, and becomes the first monster to play for the school basketball team, or ... it eats the principal. If it sits quietly, that's that. But if it eats the principal, there are two possibilities. Either it growls, yummy, and dances boogie woogie, or ... it growls, sorry, and walks off through the hall. Oh, through the wall. You think he feels bad? If it dances boogie woogie, that's it. But if it walks off, there are two possibilities. Either it sits in the park and scratches its head, or ... it takes a deep breath and sets off for the faraway forests. So he's reading the sign. If it sits in the park, that's that. But if it sets off for the faraway forest, there are two possibilities. Either it finds an expensive hotel on the way and decides to sleep in it, or ... it goes around the back of the hotel, finds a broken umbrella, and decides to sleep under that. If it sleeps in the expensive hotel, that's that. But if it sleeps under the umbrella, there are two possibilities. Either a kitchen girl comes out and tips a saucepan of porridge over the monster's head, or ... the kitchen girl notices the monster and stops her in her tracks. If the kitchen girl tips porridge over the monster's head, that's that. But if the kitchen girl stops in her tracks, there are two possibilities. Either the monster gives her the fright of her roar, and she runs off shouting, help, 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 or ... the monster gives her a rose. Yes. Yes, you may. And they fall in love. If the girl runs off shouting, help, 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 that's that. But if they fall in love, there are two possibilities. Either she kisses the monster and he turns into a handsome young man, or ... it kisses her and she turns into a monster. If the monster turns into a handsome young man, that's that. But if the girl turns into a monster, there are two possibilities. Either the monster says, "Urgh, you look horrible now," or ... the monster says, "Look, I'm a monster, you're a monster. Let's get married."
That's a funny book.
If the monster says, "Urgh," that's that. But if the monster says, "Let's get married," there are two possibilities. Oh, look here. Either the two of them live happily together and have a baby monster, ... or ... they eat each other. If they eat each other, that's that. But if they have a baby monster, there are two possibilities. Either it's a far in the forest monster, or ... it's an under your bed monster.